Hello, how do I find stocks that match my trading style? And our trading style is long option long swing trading strategy, and that is what we are going to use in 2026 as well. So to be creating a watch list for 2026, we are going to use the master list of large cap, upward large cap stocks that we pull from Charles Schwab, and there are like 300 or so, and we are going to analyze it to see stocks, to find stocks that we want to swing trade in 2026 to create our watch list with. So yesterday we ended on Nike, and today is going to be DECE. We are going to use Thinkorswim, which is a free platform. If you have an account with Charles Schwab, we are going to use maximum monthly chart to select our stocks. So we are going to look at DECE, and right now is uptrending, but wow, it went very high in 2024, and now it's pulling back. So at this point we don't know what it's doing, but we have an uptrend. It's not below this uptrend yet, and let's see if even if I try to trace this, and this is the closest touch point, it's going to go there. So it's below that support line, so it breached it and is going down, and this is not quite, it's not really a good support line in my opinion. This will be more like it. So if we are going to be trading this stock, I would say that let's change the color of this to gray. We will say that the bottom line, this one will be the line to buy at. How long it takes for that to come back to here, I'm not sure. It's quite a lower, and I'm not, because I don't swing trade using the news. I'm not going to check the company's finances or company's news to see why we have this, but I will say those are unusual circumstances that might make you curious if you do not trade with those, and to try to search news on this company to see what will have prompted to go outside of its normal growth to have this high growth here. We traded in 2024, that's why we have those arrows, and I don't know if we purchased it that we have not sold it yet, but I will say that to buy it again, we will prefer to buy at this line. So we don't know if it's going to come all the way to this line or not, but I just feel like this support line is just, but again, let's compare these two. For instance here, so this, they were like 2 years apart. If I'm comparing this, it's about 2 years apart as well. So this could be a support line as well. So it is a possibility. So in that instance, you see, it's not like there is a strict rules that you will be following. It's just by looking, analyzing, and just make decision based on that. You might make a good decision. The decision may not be right sometimes, but then it becomes a learning tool for you. So we can, highlight those two, that if you will buy these stocks for swing trading purposes, it's going to be around that line here. So my concern though is how long it's going to take for that to go back higher up like that. I'm not entirely sure, because we use new high as an exit point for us. One of the three exit strategy that we have is based on all-time high. So when is it going to go all the way to that high and surpass it? We don't know, but if we are going to buy, it's going to be within those two lines here. So it's uptrending. I just don't like that steep mountain and fall right below it, below the previous high. But again, it is a keeper for now, and that's why in 2026 I like to have a bigger watch list and just analyze it over the weekend. And there will be some stocks that I may not swing trade often, because again, for the time that it'll go all the way to where I will want to sell it, it might be a while, or by the time it will come down to where I want to buy, it could be a while as well. Okay, so TAP is up trending. So let's see if we trace this line first. If I wanted to touch base with those closest touch point, it's going to go right into it. But guess what? Let's skip it. So this is going to be somewhere here. The next one we are going to trace is going to go somewhere here. So the next one we are going to trace, you see, just trace them. You can delay some later if they are just too busy on your things, but it just allow you to get to know what is going on. So this is not even respecting the uptrend. Does that make sense to you? Is not, this chart is now really respecting uptrend, because our uptrend lines is just going across the chart. So that, you see, I didn't start tracing with that in mind, but as I keep tracing it, it just came to me that my line just keep going across it. Therefore, even though, yes, the price here is lower than the price today, is uptrending, yes, but it's not a stock I want to have in the watch list, because it's not respecting an uptrending. It is not respecting its uptrend lines. So maybe you can swing trade this using horizontal trend lines, choosing, for instance, where you have multiple touch point, could be this one to be where you will buy. And then this high has been years ago. So when is it going to go back there? We use highs as our selling point, one of our selling point. Therefore, if it's going to take that many years, those are lines for years, that many years to reach a new high, then that is how long you are going to have it in your portfolio. So if you are using an horizontal line to buy, chances are you are going to decide where you are going to sell it, probably using about the same as well, an horizontal line, using your resistance line. But we are now using that strategy. Therefore, we are trying to find stocks that are comparable to our uptrend line swing trading strategy. Not trying to tailor a strategy for stocks we have, but see stocks that we can trade with that strategy. At least that's how we want to start first. Master that strategy, find stocks that work with it, and then later, if we want to have some stocks and have different way of trading them, then so this one we are going to say it does not respect our swing trading strategy. It does not respect an uptrend line, and I'm not sure if I want to put it down, but why not? So we can just say doesn't follow uptrend line. We can just put it like that. That way we can remember why, you know, we don't want it. STJ. So this is just like real-time selection here. So STZ is uptrending, but again, I don't know what to think of it. I'm not a big fan of this either. Is uptrending. This line is going to go across it. So this, again, I think this will be more it, but it went below it. But again, let's see. It went up, creating new highs, pull back, and then a new high here, and pretty much is doing an horizontal. For the mountain, is using an horizontal support line to rest on and continue going higher up and so forth. So there is an horizontal. The top of the mountain is kind of flat. You can see it's kind of flat here, but then it is going up, coming back to an horizontal support line and so forth. And when it was done, it went down. So with that in mind, if I put my mouse somewhere here, I will trace an horizontal line that will connect those two. So I don't know if it's going to be more like following an horizontal. In fact, from this area, if I trace it, seems to me that is, if having is respecting more an horizontal valley line. Horizontal valley line, now uptrend valley line. So for that reason, I'm not going to add it to our watch list, because again, we are using uptrend lines to swing trade. And if the stock is now using an uptrend support lines, we might have to change how we will swing trade it, how we will enter and how we will sell it. And right now, we just want to actually see. So I'm going to change that to follows horizontal trend line. We didn't write follows well, so that would be a no. So this one, I'm not really sure what that is, but BF/B. Okay, so this is, just by looking at it, is following an horizontal type of line. Yes, it's uptrending in the sense that the price here is higher than this area. Is it? Yeah, it is. But still, I mean, you can trace an uptrend line, but even if you trace an uptrend line here, though, it's going to go across it. You see, it followed this, but then it went way below it. So it's now following an uptrend lines. It's most likely following, let's see, because I'm trying to compare the lowest point, which here. So it's more like following an horizontal support line here. So the answer is no for this one as well in our selection. So I'm going to, not sure where I have those numbers here, but I'm going to put that as well. So the answer is no for it. So KO, it does not mean that those stocks are bad stocks. It just means that we don't want to trade them. that last one though, do you see how it's kind of downward? BFB. For some years now, it has been on the downtrend. So that's something that you might be a little careful about it, because those dotted lines are years. So it has been on the downtrend for some years now. So you don't know what is going on. We want upward stocks to trade, and we want them to be following an upward trend, showing us that the price keep going up. Growth stocks is what we want to swing trade. So therefore, that is another reason why this is a no for us. So because it could easily be downward. So KO. So KO is uptrending. Did you see the difference between this one and BF/B? Okay, so let's trace it. And what is KO? Is Coca-Cola? Yeah. But again, twice in a row, it has not been in our watch list. Not in 2024, not in 2025. Will it make it to 2026? I'm not sure. We'll see. So I'm trying to connect those. If I wanted to touch base with this, I'm going to skip those. So I'm going to and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to connect those two closest points, and we can see how it went across it. Now I'm going to connect that point that I just click on and this one. Those are the obvious V bottom that are showing up. And now this one, we can try it as well. And if I try it like this, it's going to go across. If I try like this, connecting it to this one is going to be somewhere here. So by tracing all of those, if we are going to buy Coca-Cola for swing trading purposes, it's going to be this line that we will want to buy at as the valley support line, uptrend support line. This line will be the line we like to buy at. It has multiple touch point. It's long, multiple years, all the way here. Okay, so anything above it, we just want to ignore it. We have this support line that is long as well, some years. And right now is following that line. But that line is not too far from this one either, CC3, and this one is CC. So therefore, either one will be fine. But then I wanted to know where the support line for the mountain is. But again, we are working on a maximum monthly chart. So now let's see what is going on here. So this, we have a peak here, and it took multiple years before it exceeded that peak. So we don't know what happened for this rapid growth here, that it took a decades to be able to surpass it. So with that in mind, I'll be wondering, will that happen again? So, and from here, let's see, it reached a new high there, a new high here, new high there, new high there, pull back to the support lines there, and it took 2 years or so, a year and a half or so. Then we have those, but then 2 years before we have this peak here, and it pulled back and went up and so forth. This could be a support line for the upside wall of the mountain. I'm not really sure, but anyway, so we are going to keep an eye on it and see how we feel about it. is uptrending. I just don't like the new high, how sometimes it can take a while to reach a higher peak, but in the recent years it has been exceeding the previous highs around here. But anyway, we will go to the next one. Is PEP. Again, that is something, those two, I believe I traded them in the past. Now swing trade them, but I traded them in the past and didn't really care much for them. But it does not mean they are bad stocks. No, it just means that the strategy that I was using to trade them just didn't work well with them. So I like Pepsi. Is it Pepsi? Yeah, Pepsi. Chart better than Coca-Cola. And if I'm going to buy this, it's going to be around this trend line. If I'm going to swing trade it using our long uptrend and swing trading strategy, it's going to be this line. I think this is just too low to continue being a valid line. So this could be well a valid line. You pull back to it though, went below it and start going up and pull back. So right now it's around this line here. So, but I think is following an uptrend line. Therefore, we can swing trade it using an uptrend line swing trading strategy by buying it at this uptrend support value line. And is now, let's see if it's reaching a new high. So this one was quite high here. It took a while, but it surpassed it, and it's been doing it, surpassing it. So yeah, but it has been like 2 years that it has been on the descent though. So, and I think now it's getting ready to start going up again. So it'll be worth looking into it to see if it's at the right spot to buy. But to make those decisions, we make them on a daily chart. So we can see what is going on. This is the line that we trace. Pull back down, went up, pull back, went up, pull back. So now that we are on a maximum daily chart to make buy decisions, we are going to connect the obvious lows that we are seeing here. So if I click on that one, it's going to go this route. But we have this low that is almost horizontal to this one, which is higher than this one here. So we are having some higher lows here, but we can keep observing it to see what it's doing. But again, keep in mind that it's around this support line we like to buy at. And right now it pulls back. We have a red bar there, but it will be good to keep an eye on it. And if we'll buy, it's going to be around that line. You can see how it has a jagged teeth quite a bit. But that is, I think this is going to just end our analysis for today when it comes to stocks that we like to select to match our swing trading styles to create a watch list. So we are going to keep that gold chart there for Pepsi, even for Coke as well. But again, one chart is better than the other. But again, with the relaxed way we want to swing trade in 2026, keep using the long uptrend and swing trading strategy that we used in 2025. We wanted to have a bigger list that we don't need to analyze on a daily basis, but we can do it on a weekly basis, still using a maximum daily chart, but just at the end of the week, because those are large cap stocks. Not much goes on day after day. So you can see that, you know, this has been around this area since when? April. It has touched base with this support line since April. We are in October. It's still around that area. So we can do our chart analysis over the weekend, around a big bowl of popcorn, listen to our favorite podcast, or around kids watching their favorite cartoon, or doing their own craft. Why not? Next to a bright light windows, watching outside, and take our time and analyze those over the weekend. And if there is something that is well positioned for buying during the week, we can flag it and just analyze those during the week to see when we can make that order to buy or to sell. Why not? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. And thank you for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in soap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Thank you for your time. For more of our swing trading tips, will you please check the playlist of the description. And we have last year or this year, we published videos on how to create your own watch list. So we have playlists for it as well in the description. Thank you for your time.